All right, it's hot in here. Sorry, guys.
No, my God.
I'm
Fine.
nervous.
We're all good. Oh, my God, I'm good.
Yeah, you see, that's a guest list. You remember.
Oh, my
Sorry.
God. I love it.
Hey, now. Welcome to episode 4.
Number 4.
I think it's episode 4 of Under the House with Corey and Austin. And if you noticed already, we do have our second official guest.
Yes.
Courtney, can you pronounce your last name for me?
Bulacan.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Courtney Bulacan. And who are you with?
I am with Coldwell Banker.
And why did you agree to come on a podcast with a bunch of guys from a crawl space?
Because I love this, you guys. I have worked with Austin Dry-Tek for a few times. We've done a couple jobs
Over quite
together.
a few years, too.
Yeah, yeah. And I've always loved this first company I use when I always have a crawl space issue or whatever I always call.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
That's huge.
that makes my heart feel
Huge.
good.
That's huge.
Yeah, it should.
I came on to Dry-Tek, and you come in here, an established person, with Austin, an established person. You're like, listen, he's the best.
He is.
And I'm an appendage of you now.
You're building my ego.
That's good.
I'm
That's
not
good.
going to fit through the door, my head.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
So your slogan is Courtney sells the beach. Yes. Do you
Yes.
specialize near the shore?
I do. So I have, I've been in real estate in some form or fashion for over 20 years, but I moved to the beach about 15 years ago. So I sell anywhere from, the Lewis area all the way down to Ocean City. So kind of all over. But I do sell in Salisbury and that kind of area. But
Did you come up with that? Courtney sells the beach.
I did.
Like you're
Or
selling a little piece
Courtney
of the beach.
sells the shore or something like
Nice.
that.
Yes.
Something fun.
That's catchy.
Yeah, it is. I thought, to be catchy and fun.
So there you have it, guys. Courtney sells the actual beach. So if you want to plot a beach.
Exactly. Call me.
Yeah. And don't worry, your logo and everything will be plastered all
Awesome.
over this podcast.
Perfect.
Now, the market now. Oh my gosh. You're at
Crazy. No.
Just
It's
can't even
insane.
say the words.
I can't. Yeah, because it's in my over 20 years, I've never seen something like this.
The demand,
the demand,
prices, all of it.
Yeah, everything. I mean, I can't even begin to explain. And I think all these agents, you're working. I think we're working. 12 to 14-hour days. We have people calling us at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning because there's no listings. There's no homes for people to buy, and everybody wants something.
Why? Why is everybody going after the homes that are not new?
Because they can work from home. With the COVID-19,
yes.
people can work from home, and they're like, well, why am I going to work in New York City when I can work in Delaware and I can live, in Ocean View or wherever looking at the beach. And
So you're seeing some of that mass exodus from the larger cities like New York right here on the shore.
Absolutely.
We hear about like Florida, everybody's going to Florida, but they're coming here too.
they're coming here, DC, Pennsylvania. And people are also seeing kind of that, like, you only live once kind of thing.
YOLO.
Yeah, oh my God, hello. And so people are seeing that, and they're saying, okay, I felt that, and I don't want to go through that anymore. So I now have saved the money, or I dealt with that, and I'm going to say I want to live my life, and I am going to do that by buying my beach home, something I've always wanted to do. Mm-hmm. I want to spend time with my family and enjoy those kind of things.
Nice.
I'm going to sell my house, and then I'm going to go live in a van.
When you're living in a van
Because I can get
Down by the river.
crazy
down by the river.
amounts of money.
Insane amounts of money.
Yeah.
Insane amounts of money. Because there's just nothing out there. And homes are literally sometimes selling less than 24 hours than being on the market.
Wow.
We're going to list today, right
Yeah,
now.
all right,
Wow.
let's get the paperwork.
Done.
I have it, yeah.
Text your wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
done and done.
Nope. This is a big financial decision I'm making by myself.
That's a smart idea. That's a real smart idea, buddy.
No, my wife would. Honey, when you're watching this, I love you very much. But if we can make a couple of mil on our house.
Sweetie, don't worry, I got your back, okay? Nice. I'd never let that happen. So it's just, it's one of those things where homes are flying off the shelves. Now, we are, in the same breath, we are finding appraisal issues because people are putting in escalation clauses where there's 19 offers on some of these homes.
What?
Yeah, there was a home in North Bethany that I believe, and I could be within a few numbers wrong, 47 offers. 47 offers.
That's insane.
4 and a 7 together in one number is
In
what that is.
one number.
Wow.
Yeah, so people are just like, you know what? And a lot of people are paying cash. The people from New York are paying millions over with cash.
I met a family that relocated here from New York. They sold their like 1,200 square foot apartment for like, I think he said 900,000, and came here and bought a $300,000 house, and he's living the dream.
Living the dream.
100 billion, kajillion, shibbity-doo.
Why make trillions when we could make billions?
I'm glad I don't live in a big city.
Yeah, I mean, why would you want to? So it's when you want to live here. I mean, it's so crazy.
So you've seen your fair share of houses, obviously. You've seen a lot of the used houses, I guess. Is that the right term? Do customers look under houses before they sign that paperwork?
9 times out of 10, no.
Why?
Because they're and this is unknowledgeable, if that's the right word.
Absolutely.
Term.
Well, if a lot of them are coming from the city, there's not a lot of crawl spaces in the city.
They don't know.
They just don't know.
No. People look at the most random things. They think of the most random things. They don't ask questions, and then when you say, when we do the inspections and say, hey, let's look at the crawl space or let's do these things, they never think about it because they have basements. Most of them have basements, and so they're like, oh, I didn't even think about the crawl space or those kind of things.
People go through and they nitpick. They're like, oh, a pink kitchen. I don't like pink. Oh, that ceiling fan. I don't like that ceiling fan.
Agreed.
But you're not looking at your
Aesthetic
crawl
stuff.
space.
It
This
is
all
aesthetic.
stuff you could roll over the pink kitchen. It's not an issue.
I know, and I always say that I'm like, you're not like I'm like the roof needs to be replaced. Like these are things that you really need to pay attention to, not the, laminate flooring or whatever it may be. Like look at the big stuff, like the crawl space, and that's a huge thing. That's what costs money, and so as we know,
Does that come up a lot? Do you see it a lot? The crawl space fails from lack of due diligence?
yes. I mean, we've seen it in a few homes, the ones that you and I have done together. I'm like, I just can't believe nobody paid attention to these things.
Now
Like
you want to sell your dream, your
and
beautiful
now you
house.
want to sell a home in Bethany that is, I just can't believe you've never noticed it. Like that never came about, that you have almost $1 million home and nobody bothered to check that.
Yeah.
What does it do for the resale value? So let's say I have an encapsulated crawl space. Should I list that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. Because usually either the husband or the wife or whoever, one of the partners or whoever's in part of that's important. So whether they realize it or not, when I mention that, one of the two, whoever's buying it, will say, okay, that is important to me.
That's good.
That's real good.
It's huge.
It's not just big, it's huge.
I feel that I got a sale on my hands. You should sell your house too. Let's just live in the bunker.
We could live here.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
That'd be a great idea.
We already have a fridge. We have a microwave.
The location was disclosed last week, but we're past
Nobody's
that.
coming down here anyway.
True story.
Nobody's
Yeah,
coming down here.
they're
we're,
not.
We're fortified. We're 70 feet underground.
Yeah, that's true.
Man.
You guys are in a good spot. Real good spot.
Yeah.
Location. Here.
Location. So do you also deal in commercial real estate?
I don't.
No? Why not? You don't like it?
No, I just haven't been, that's not my forte.
Okay.
You always have to specialize. I like to specialize in things. So,
We like that.
yeah.
That's
So
what
I don't
we
want
do.
to be just a general, like, yeah, I know everything about everything.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I like to make sure that I'm really knowledgeable about one thing.
Okay.
And that's coastal living.
Coastal living.
Yes.
That's buzzwords.
Is that a logo
That
too?
is like, yeah. Delaware coastal living. Delaware beach living.
You're a coastal living specialist.
I am.
Do you say it like that?
Yeah, I do.
Courtney Bullockon, Delaware Coastal Living.
Coastal living expert.
You have a
That's
good
what I
radio
say.
voice. Do you ever do radio?
No, I would love to though, but yeah.
Let me tell you, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
It's not?
Actually, I had a lot of fun doing it. I lied.
No, I know. Don't BS us, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did have a lot of fun. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so the market's crazy and everybody's in a buzz. I will tell you that I think the fourth quarter will start to bring things down. Things are changing with like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mae. Those things are kind of changing. Some of the rates are going to be changing. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mae are changing some of the rates for investors.
Who were Fannie and Freddie? Fred?
So they're the government.
Freddie.
They're the government.
Oh,
yeah.
their
So-
names are Franny and Fred?
Yeah, Fannie and Fred.
I had
They
no
like to-
idea.
yeah, that's okay. And so they're changing some of the investments.
Okay.
Because they're trying to limit the amount of investors that are coming into the market. So that's going to change things with buyers and investors buying into the market. So that's going to change some. No, the Fed said that within 20, I don't think the rates are going to change until probably 2023.
Okay.
And if somebody's on here and they want to like come after me and we're like, Courtney, that's not what they said. Fine, whatever. Like, I love how that people love to be like, you know, get on me. Fine, come after me. It's fine. But I'm pretty sure that's what they said. But I do see not a downturn, but I do see a leveling off of the market probably within the fourth quarter.
So sell now.
But I am not an expert.
You're a specialist.
Disclaimer.
I'm just a specialist. So I'm just seeing some of those things will just level off a little bit.
Very cool.
Yeah. So again, I'm not.
You're not an expert. You're a specialist. And these are just projections. These are your ideas. This is what you think. It's your opinion.
Agreed.
Okay. So in your area of expertise, how closely are you working with crawl space encapsulators?
Well, when it comes about, I work very closely because I know that is one of, if not the biggest thing. So when somebody, the word, and if I may use it, the horrible word that starts with M.
M word.
The mold.
Mary?
She said it.
Mold.
Oh, Mary.
Mold.
She said it.
We don't like to say it, but that scares people. I've lost sales due to it. And I one time before I think I met Austin, it was like I was the very first time working as an agent. Horrible, and we won't discuss names, but she scared the company scared these people.
Was her name Franny?
Yeah, Franny and
That's what I
Fetty.
thought, yeah.
And when you scare people, instead of teaching them about it, you don't do anything for them. Like instead of teaching them, you scare them, and it doesn't do anything for them. And I think Austin's really good at explaining and helping people through the process. So that's the biggest thing I think is just educating.
Our guest last week said, if you do not face your fears, or if you face your fears, your life will change. That's what our guest, not last week, 2 weeks ago.
Jay.
And I think that's kind of the same thing when it comes to consumers. Like if you said, if you say the M word, they're afraid. It scares them off. But
Terrifies them.
They don't know that it could be remediated. They don't know that it could be handled, that it could be treated. They just hear that word and they're like, no, I don't even want to deal with it.
Because it's like you said, it's they're uneducated. They're they hear these horror stories and they think they're going to move into their house. They're all going to have their lungs are going to fall out of their bodies and it's all going to be a horrible situation. I'm like, that's not what happens. We live in a coastal area.
It's wet.
Yeah, it's part of what we do and where we live. It's everywhere.
I tell that to people that have moved here. You're trading the city life, the hustle and the bustle, the traffic, for a little bit of moisture and mold.
Exactly. It's everywhere.
You don't have to catastrophize it.
No.
You're not going to get mesothelioma immediately.
No. Your lungs aren't going to come out of your body.
They're not, okay? Like, you want to live close to the water. Where do you think that moisture's going?
Right. Humidity is like always like at 137.6%.
It is.
So it's not something to be afraid of. So if we take Jay Wilkins' quote, if you face your fears, your life will change, learn about it. So if Courtney comes to you and says, hey, yeah, there was a little bit of mold that we found in the home inspection, your initial reaction should say, okay, how bad is it? How do we take care of it? Who do you recommend I call? Right?
Right.
That's how you would go about that.
And I never say mold. I always say microbiological growth.
Whoa, you are a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Because I don't know what it is. And so until it's tested, I always leave it to the experts.
Which is?
Then, yes, Dry-Tek.
We're a team.
We are a
You
team.
too.
You too.
Yeah, I do go in and I also, rate the molds.
You assess.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
see, I assess.
You have great value.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very
Great
much
value.
so, both of you.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that's what I do. And then I say, okay, this is what they do. This is what they'll say. And they're the ones that are going to teach you about it, not me.
Has anybody been scared away due to critters that have possibly made their way into the house that have maybe torn through some ductwork or anything like that?
Not in the ones that I've found, no.
I guess not at the beach, right? We don't get. Are there critters at the beach?
Yeah, in some of them, but
I
not.
think so. Mm-hmm. Cicadeer.
There's no cicadeer.
No one
at
found
the
a
beach.
cicadeer under a house?
No.
Yes.
No way.
Veracity, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, over there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Rehoboth Beach. I
Yeah,
don't
no.
see any.
There's no cicadeer there?
No, I don't think so.
There is not a speck of grass in Rehoboth Beach anymore. Everything has been so built up lately.
And it's sand, yeah.
It's sand or stone.
What are we going to do? I mean, if you look, they're putting up a neighborhood in every vacant lot that you can think of now. And what I've realized is that a lot of them are retirees. Mm-hmm. Eventually, the grocery stores, the shopping centers and stuff aren't going to be able to handle this influx of people. So they're going to have to build bigger ones. Mm-hmm. And what are they going to do when they need to find people to work there? Nobody wants to get a job. Everybody who's new here is now retired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's going to implode.
Well, we were already finding issues with people finding jobs now. I mean, the beach, we're already, and I have to tell people who are visiting, I'm like, you have to be patient because we have very little help and waiters and waitresses, and they just don't get it. I'm like, we're a small town.
Yeah,
We
that's
are
really
still a
that's
small
everywhere
town.
throughout the United States. We can't
It is.
find people.
Yeah, we can't find people. But then people are saying like, well, guess what? Unemployment's getting cut off. Well, I don't want the guy that waited, 6 months to the very, I don't want the guy that waited until the government says we're not going to pay you anymore to go find a job. I want the go-getter guy.
Somebody who's initiating and
Exactly.
Sure. I get
Exactly.
it.
Good luck finding them. If you find them, let me know.
Yeah, if you're in it,
I think anybody's like that.
Or if you're watching this and you need a job,
Let us know.
call us.
wait, well, so we're doing it 2 cameras. So you say let us know,
Let us know.
and then we can say it. Let us know. Man, I just feel like this whole thing has been such a professionally based episode. And we
Yes.
didn't even get into like some funny stuff.
That's why she's at the top of the list.
Buddy,
I told you
that's-
she'd bring the flavor.
She's
And
great.
I haven't cussed, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked myself.
Yes.
I know I've taken my time because I'm a very real. Yeah, I'm not usually this professional.
Are you that way with your clients, or do you have a mouth that in
No,
front of
I'm
your clients?
usually, and I like to say this because I'm very true who I am because I'm not usually a BSer with people.
Good.
I prefer to be just transparent who I am, and I think people appreciate that more because I
Absolutely.
think they know that I'm not going to. It's more trustworthy for them. I think they like, hey, Courtney, she may be a little, she cusses or whatever, but I think they appreciate that because I'm very honest in who I am.
That's comforting to people. They
Well,
like that.
I think it's just kind of like a joke. Like, Courtney's going to tell it who it is. Like, I just won't. Yeah, I'm not a.
Yeah, you can always tell the salesy like types of people who are super professional. I don't trust those people as far as I can throw them. So if some guy's like, Mr. Phoebus, it's just so fantastic to have you here and to be a part of the team. Oh, you're gonna look great in that new car. Oh, I swear it. Like, no, dude, get out of here.
I know, and I'm like, if you're just not going to work in that whatever, I'm going to tell. I'm like, this is not going to work, and I'm selling the hell out of real estate.
That's awesome.
Remember?
Is that your Ferrari in the drive?
Yes.
Make it rain.
Congratulations.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna get. I just wanted to be modest while I could.
Just the Ferrari for my 7-year-old.
Sweet. My 7, I'm going to pass it on when he turns 8. I
Yeah.
mean, that's, what I do. Okay, and that's a wrap for us, guys.
Okay, yeah. No, actually, I do think that's about it. Is there anything? Plug yourself.
Yeah,
we've
we're-
got.
No, I mean, there's nothing really to plug. I'm not that kind of person. Like, yeah, here I am. Yeah, I mean, whatever, I don't-
Website, nothing?
Yeah, Delaware Beach Living. I mean, that's what I do.
Twitter, nothing? Instagram?
No.
If you want less BS, go to DelawareBeachLiving.com.
Exactly. Oh my God. Yeah, you're really good.
You're such a disc jockey.
Oh my God, I love it, dude.
You are.
Yeah, I'm not good at like being all like, here I am, Courtney, whatever. Yeah. So if you want more
You
BS,
sounded like a cartoon. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's about time. What do you say?
Wrap it up.
You want to back out of this? All right, guys. Thank you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
I just feel like such a jerk. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure. And if we're in a depression, we're going to have you back on too.
That sounds amazing because I might need a job.
Okay, there you go. Because we're hiring. Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning
Thanks,
in
guys.
to another episode of Under the House with Corey and Austin. We'll see you again. That wasn't too painful, was it?
No, that was easy.
It's hot in here.
Yeah.